Welcome to another episode of Mike on Money. I'm Michael Reese, certified financial planner, founder of Centennial Advisors, and of course, creator of the Prosperity Planning System. All right, today's episode is going to be glorious. We are going to talk a little bit about another personality out there in the investment world. I want to talk a little bit about Dave Ramsey and some advice that I'm hearing from him recently. And I want to share with you, here's when you should listen to people like Dave Ramsey. And then I'm going to share with you, here's when you should essentially blow them off. So this is going to be a great episode. Now, before we dive in, remember, as always, click the like button below. If you like it, thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. And of course, feel comfortable sharing this video with your friends and neighbors. Okay, my man Dave Ramsey. First, let me get something straight. I admire him. I love him. I think he's fantastic, right? I love how he communicates. He's got such a wonderful communication style. I love how he ties the Bible into concepts with your money. I mean, I think overall he has built an empire and he is fantastic. When? Here we go. When he sticks to his knitting, as my mother would say. So what do I mean by that? What is Dave Ramsey famous for? What is he really, really good at? Well, the answer is helping get you out of debt, right? That's what he does. He's really good at helping the average, everyday person get out of debt. And I think that is wonderful. I think that's the most wonderful service. That is fantastic. I love him when he talks about that. I love when he helps people do that. You know why? Because that's what he knows. That's what he understands. That's what he's really, really good at. That's his expertise. Okay, now with that being said, this is a part that started this whole discussion because I've been hearing this over the last few days. I've gotten a couple people asking me about it. I've seen some videos of him talking about this, but it all has to do with Dave Ramsey's investment recommendations. I'm going to share this with you that generally speaking, maybe you might want to consider another opinion. So why? Let's talk about what they are. This is what Dave wants you to do. According to him, this is how everybody should be investing money all the time. 4 funds. All you need are 4, and he loves mutual funds. I don't know why, but I mean, it's kind of like Dave Ramsey, this investment advice he's giving, it's kind of like the old computer guy that still thinks he needs to use one of these bag phones, instead of an iPhone. I've got an iPhone 12. That's what's new. That's what's the coolest thing lately. But it's kind of like the guide says, no, all you need are these bag phones. That's all you need. So here's what he says. First, you need 4 mutual funds. You need a growth fund, a growth and income fund, an international fund, and an aggressive growth fund. Basically, growth, 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 growth. Now, let's imagine that you are my man Luke, right behind the camera. You don't see Luke, just wave or something. Yeah, he's waving at me, you don't see him. But Luke, who's behind the camera, he's 22 or 23 or something, right? Young guy, super smart, super talented. Now let's imagine Luke is saving for retirement. I would have no problem if he wanted to use those 4 mutual funds. If he said, yeah, I like the idea of getting a growth fund, and a growth and income fund, an international fund, and a aggressive growth fund, yeah, that's fine. There's no problem with that. He's 22. My daughter Sarah's 27, my son 25. I have kids in their 20s. If you're in your 20s, that's great advice. Go ahead, use it. Heck, if you're in your 30s, go ahead and use it. But once you start getting a bit of money, you start getting into your 40s, and especially you start getting into your 50s. You have to start recognizing that retirement for you might be, in the not too distant future. And if you follow Dave's advice, on those 4 funds, growth, growth and income, aggressive growth, and international, if you follow that advice, you need to understand that you are exposing yourself to essentially a 50% loss of your money in a really bad market environment. So let's say you're 58 years old and you're thinking to yourself, hey, I've saved $1 million and I'm going to retire in a couple years. And I'm following Dave's advice. And oh, look, I'm getting growth when times are good. Yay. But then you want to retire in a couple years, but oh no, the market decided it wasn't going to cooperate with your little plan. And the stock market decides, oh, we're going to have a 2008 environment. We're going to just crash and burn for a period of time. Or we're going to have a 2000, 2001, 2002 environment where we just crash and burn over 3 years. And the stock market's down 50%, you lose 50%. Next thing you know, you say, okay, I had $1 million, I was going to retire in 2 years. Now you got 500,000, and guess what's not going to happen anymore? You're not going to be retiring in 2 years, right? You got to understand. Dave all the time talks about, this is how I invest my money. That's great. He's got tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, right? He could lose half his money. Who cares? He's never going to use it all anyway. Is that you? Is that you? I mean, if that's you too, great. Then follow his advice. Who cares? But if you're like most people, when you get closer to retirement, you can't be following that advice. It's almost like, hey, you're almost, I'm going to say this, I hope I don't offend too many people. It's almost like you're bending over and saying to the stock market, hey, whack me a good one, right? I mean, you're just asking for it. No, you have to have a more sophisticated approach than 4 mutual funds, all right? Listen to people like Dave Ramsey on stuff he's good at, getting out of debt. But when it comes time to other areas, like how should you invest your money, especially if you're getting close to retirement or if you're in retirement, boy, avoid his advice like the plague at that point, because that's the kind of advice that will bankrupt you if the markets decide they don't want to cooperate. How's that? I love the guy. He's a great guy. I think he's really, really good at getting people out of debt. He's really, really bad at telling someone who is nearing retirement or in retirement how to invest money. That's our message this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, again, if you liked it, click like. Feel free to subscribe, share with your friends, neighbors, countrymen. And with that, remember, you deserve a fantastic retirement. Let's make great financial decisions so that you can enjoy the retirement that you truly deserve. See you next time.